ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। या देवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। यन्नित्यमानन्दमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति। तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुदाब्धिः भुवि रामकृष्णः। रामकृष्णगतप्राणां तन्नाम श्रवणप्रिया तद्भावरञ्जिताकारां जगन्मात्रस्वरूपिणी। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतश्चात्वेषविघ्नस्वराड् तेने ब्रह्महृताय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तगुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं मृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जयति जगति माया यस्य कायाधवस्ते वचनरचनमेकं केवलं चाकलय्य ध्रुवपदमपि यातो यत्कृपातो ध्रुवोऽयं सकलकुशलपात्रं ब्रह्मपुत्रं नतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमदितितीर्षतां तमोऽन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। यस्यात्मभूतस्य गुरोः प्रसादाद् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात्। सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। सर्वं खलु इथ ब्रह्म सर्वं विष्णुमयं जगत् सर्वं शिवमयं जगत् is the basic revelation of Vedanta Shastram. When we try to understand this revelation, first benefit is we find out that infallible entity whom we are seeking as a life companion for our protection. Sarvagataha, Sarvagnaha, Sarvashakti and Sarvadayalu happen to be Ishwara alone. That Ishwara is my protector. When the individual says that Ishwara is my protector, the meaning is I am a body-mind complex, I am a particular individual. For my security, peace and happiness, Ishwara is found out as a life companion. Then next level is living with that Ishwara. Then next level benefit is living with that Ishwara. So one begins to transact with that Ishwara, keeping anything as the altar for the transaction. Here also the individual is at beginning as a body-mind complex. As even he transacts, he finds himself that he is not a physical entity. Take for example, when a devotee meditates, he meditates on the Lord, he does Manasa Puja. He offers flowers to the holy feet of the Lord and he bows down and he worships through mantras in meditation. But all the while his physical body is stand and still. His physical body is stand and still, but lot of activities are going on inside his mind. In those activities, the individual is involved. Who is that individual? Certainly not physical personality. It is emotional personality. So he finds out there is an emotional personality which is different from the physical personality in meditation. The benefit of transacting with the Lord, the benefit of relating with the Lord, the benefit of living with the Lord is finding oneself as a different entity from physical personality. It's a great success. So, as even the meditation deepens, as even the relationship deepens, as far as the individual is concerned, he is distancing himself from the physical personality. Do you understand? So, this is the great achievement because he is now free from the troubles born out of physical personality. That is why we find that devotees go through varieties of physical pain in order to be happy in their upasana marga, in their devotion. They go for fasting. Fasting is done by physical and sensual personality, but the happiness, peace, and conviction that I am doing a right thing comes to whom? Certainly not to the physical personality. So he identifies more and more with his emotional personality. As even the devotion grows deep and deep, he finds that his physical personality is becoming as second person singular or third person singular. That is the great achievement. That is why Shastra prescribes have love for the Lord. Why Shastra prescribes have love for the Lord? Bhagavan also says in Gita, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mameva yeshasi satyante pradijane priyosi me. Why he says, you worship me? Because in that worship, you will discover your inner personality which is hidden and combined with the body. A devotee is born. As long as we don't transact with the Lord, a devotee is not born. And the strength of the devotee is greater than the strength of the physical individual. That is why in histories we find a devotee is punished for the sake of his devotion. But the devotee doesn't give up his devotion. Why? In Tamil Nadu, there was one great saint, Tirunavukarasa Swami. He was punished to be a devotee of Bhagavan Shiva because he was belonging to Jainism. He was born as Hindu, converted into Jainism because of the devotion of his sister, then again reconverted into Hinduism as the devotee of Shiva. That could not be accepted by the Jains. So, The Raja, who happened to be the Jain, punished this saint. What was the punishment, you know? They tied him with a big rock and threw him into the ocean so that he will not come back being drowned in the ocean. So they wanted to kill him. That is their level of ahimsa. Generally, Jains claim that they are embodiment of ahimsa. They will not harm even ants, but they cannot stand the presence of a Shiva Bhakta, so they punished him. What happened to this devotee? This devotee did not lament. Oh Bhagavan Shiva, I believed on you, I am devoted to you, why can't you save me like that? He did not lament. He simply sung the glory of the Lord. In that situation also, then the rock floating on the water. So he came back again. But they were not accepting their defeat. They put him again in a furnace, thinking that within 1 week this fellow will burn up. Lime furnace it was. When opened after 1 week, this man was sitting very joyfully as though he was sitting in a garden. Then they asked, "Arey, nothing happened to you, nothing happened. So how you experienced these 7 days of furnace existence?" Then he told, "Maasil வீணையும் மாலை மதியமும் வீசு தென்றலும் வீங்கிள வேணிலும் மூசு வண்டரை பொய்கையும் போன்றதே ஈசன் எந்தன் இணையடி நீழலே." Lime chamber, lime furnace can burn my body, but as far as I am concerned, my experience is that I was sitting in a garden wherein lot of flowers and honeybees and breeze with all music of the honeybees. So this experience is experienced by whom? By a devotee. You understood? So therefore, as even a person begins to transact with the Lord, begins to live with the Lord, the great benefit of this living with the Lord is finding oneself in a deeper way, finding one's own personality in a very subtle way. What is the subtlety? That I am not body. What a great relief. Once I understood that I am not body, naturally so much of quantity of samsara is dropped off. The devotee will not bother about death because he knew that I am going to live with the Lord, dropping this body here in this world. Even if that relationship is asuric relationship, that asura also gets that power because he understands that I am not body. That is why terrorists are very much eager to blow off their body. With what idea? That even if I blow off my body, I will get a reward. Transaction is real, but the transaction is asuric and rajasic and tamasic. But here Shastra says, you will get that beautiful benefit called detaching your idea of I from the body idea. That is a great benefit. Lot of problems will be dropped. No worry for old age, no worry for future existence of the body, no worry for going through the disease, no worry. Pain will be there, but worry will not be there. Pain will be felt, but worry will not be there. So you detach yourself from the physical personality and you consolidate your idea of I centered on the mind, emotional personality. Understood? Then, next stage is, as even you transact with the Lord, as emotional person, you understand if Ishwara is everything, what is mine? What belongs to me? It's a very great question. If Ishwara is everything, what is me? Who am I? If Ishwara is everything, certainly he cannot isolate me because everything includes total. How total can isolate me? Having isolated me, how total can exist as total? So therefore, he surrenders to the Lord. In relationship with the Lord, there is a person who relates and who is related. There is a clear-cut identity. I am the worshipper, you are the worshipped. That identity also is slowly disappearing with the knowledge that I don't exist different from him. I belong to him. Understood? Third stage, the idea is I belong to him. Nothing belongs to me. If at all something belongs to me, that is the sense of isolation. Adhyasa alone is belong to me. Ajnanam is belong to me. Ajnanam is belong to me. Adhyasa is belong to me. The idea that I am separate from Ishwara, the idea that I am separate from the creation, that idea that creation is persecuting me, the idea that Ishwara is witnessing this persecution without having any mercy on me. These are all notions. Why Bhagavan tests me? Why Bhagavan gives suffering to me? These are all the notions in the mind of a person. These notions are surrendered. More and more, this revelation takes place in our mind. The transformation happens in our attitude towards ourselves, towards Ishwara, and towards the creation. What is the beginning attitude? I exist separately, world is against me, and Ishwara has kept this world to trouble me. I am here to go through my karma phalam. In that, only negative karma phalams are more, therefore lots of suffering. This is the idea at the beginning of the devotion. As even the devotion deepens, we find this idea also is erroneous. Ishwara being Sarva Dayalu, there is no reason for him to trouble me. He has a lot of better things to do. So why should he waste his time in troubling me? And what is troubled? This body is troubled. This body is troubled. Let this body get troubled because I am not this body. This body has done certain things that it has to go through. It has munched the chili, then it has to go through the burning sensation. So the idea, the adhyasaha of separation goes slowly. That's why Bhagavan says, Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim thanam prapyasi shashvata. Ishvara sarva bhutanam suddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishwara is the ringleader of the entire circus called Jagat. If I could relate with this ringleader, I will be safe from the circus. This was the initial attitude. As even the relationship deepens, as even the relationship is more frequent, as even the relationship is with this drishti, while transacting with any individual, then what is the benefit? The benefit is giving up of ahankara mamakaraha. Ahankara mamakara tyagaha is the benefit of devotion. Once the ahankara is dropped, lot of problems are gone. And mamakara is dropped, almost 99% is gone. Aham yesham mama ete iti naisargikoyam lokavyavaharaha. Bhagavan Shankara points out this in Adhyasa Bhashyam. See, Adhyasa Bhashyam is a research paper. So, he diagnoses the entire problem of humanity is nothing but considering one physical and emotional entity as an individual. This individuality is the root cause of all problems. This individuality is handled in devotion. This individuality is handled through devotion. As even the devotion deepens, Charanagati comes. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Tuhu, you have to tell. Tuhu means you are, not me, not me. Initially, that cow will tell, Hamba. Then it was butchered. Then all the body parts are eaten. And the leather, that is the skin of the cow, is beaten. And that beating sound is what? Tuhu. So therefore, the devotion makes a person to surrender. What to surrender? What belongs to you, that alone you can surrender. What belongs to you when Ishwara is everything? Confusion belongs to you. Ignorance belongs to you. Adhyasa belongs to you. Because of ignorance and adhyasa, you find yourself as the very important person in the creation. Everybody should respect, everybody should smile at you, everybody should hand over whatever they have, whatever you want. All these expectations are there. Na? This is called big, bloated bladder of bluff. My Acharya Swami used to say, big, bloated bladder of bluff. It is a bluff, but bloated. Simply we bloat it. Kaathu udite irukrom. Balloon. It is a balloon. So by surrendering to the Lord, what you do? You prick that balloon, big bloated bladder of bluff. You prick with the statement Namaste. Namaha te subhyam. The Namaha word is the needle. This Namaha word is told to Ishwara. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaha Shivaya. It is addressed to Ishwara. The same Namaha is addressed to every individual. You see the gradual transformation of the perception of the devotee. Initially, he transforms himself as an emotional personality, and then he finds the divinity in other physical form also. Whenever he encounters others' physical form, what he says? Namaha, Namaste, Namaskaram. In Telugu, Namaskaram andi. In Kannada, Namaskaramu. Namaha te. Whom is addressed here? Who is addressed here? Certainly not that physical body. So there is a recognition in the perception of the devotee that when I say hello to you through the word namaste, I say hello to whom? To the hidden factor in you. Better you recognize very quickly. Fortunately, I have already recognized. The reciprocation also will be what? When I say namaste, you cannot say hello. You cannot say hi. You also have to say namaste. You can see that. When our Indian diplomats or prime minister or president goes to another nation, when they tell namaste, they also have to tell namaste. What is the meaning? That I bow down to that divinity which is residing in your frame also. Now the transaction stops to be between the frame to another frame. The transaction begins between the indweller of the frame to indweller of the another frame. You understand now? So the false notion that this frame belong to others, that others' frames belong to me is dropped off. What do you mean by frame? Body. We claim somebody's body belonging to us. We claim this body belonging to somebody. Aham yesham mama yete. That is dropped by the word namaha. It is a beautiful needle. 1,000 times you tell. That is why Sahasranama is given. You tell many words, but add one word. What is that? At the beginning of the Sahasranama, you have to tell one word. At the end of the Sahasranama, each Nama, you have to add one more word. In between, one Nama will come. What is the beginning word? Om. What is the end word? Namaha. In between, varieties of names. Om Vishwasmai Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vashatkaraya Namaha. The Namaha is same. Omkara is same. In between, many names. In those names, Matre Namaha. Pitre Namaha. Mata is raised to the level of the divinity. Pita is raised to the level of the divinity. The child is raised to the level of the divinity. You know that? After the birth of the child, the father has to bow down to the child, praying to the child, "Oh Bhagavan, I am happy that you have come in this form. I will serve you." Vedosi, 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 telling this mantra, he has to bow down. And he has to address his wife, "Hey Saraswati, give your milk to this Lord." That is the mantra. So now wife has become Saraswati. Child has become Bhagavan. What about this husband? He is a devotee. You understood now? When I transact, I become devotee. The worshipper is the devotee, the emotional person, and the person who receives the worship is what? Bhagavan in many forms. That is why Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. Whomever I transact with one person only. To whichever government office I go, I transact with constitution. Whether it is municipality or police station or court or government hospital, wherever I transact with one constitution. Similarly, this idea of transacting with one entity through many modes makes the person to be humble in day-to-day life, to be devoted in day-to-day life, to be unselfish as much as possible in day-to-day life. A devotee cannot say Namaste and steal. Are, Namaste you told, and you are taking purse from my packet? Understood? So having told Namaste, he cannot do anything wrong to that person. So you become a man of character. See how the transformation happened. Just one teaching, one revelation. Idagam sarvam Ishwaraha. The more and more it sinks in our mind with understanding, the transformation happens in our life, the transformation of our perception about ourselves, about the world and the Ishwara. The more we say Namaha to Ishwara, the less will be suffering. The quicker will be the destruction of ego. The stronger will be your character. Otherwise, the so-called devotional practices are nothing but drama, nothing but transaction, nothing but business. So once you surrender, then you don't seek anything from him. And you want to ask the Lord whom you are worshipping, what can I do, my dear? The life asking this question, what seva I can do, whole life is called living for the sake of God. Yesterday class, I explained living with God. And today's class is living for the sake of God. Living with God involves our selfish interests. There is an axe to grind. There is an unfulfilled desires. There is a business transaction. Therefore, there is a fight, grumbling, complaining, crying. Here, once the person understands that Idagam Sarvam is Ishwara, means this body also belongs to him. He is the author of this body. And I, the mind, also is authored by him. And the mind doesn't have any other desire than relating with him. So in that relationship, should I be the receiver or should Ishwara be the receiver? So this person says Ishwara will be the receiver. As long as I be the receiver, it is called business. If Ishwara becomes the receiver, Ishwara doesn't require my service. Ishwara never requires your puja, your 2 banana and coconut, never receive. Understood? He blesses you, he is happy, you are coming in the track, that's all. When you go to temple with flowers and offering material, we feel that we are proud, I am going to give to Ishwara. Are, whatever you are having in your plate, all are given by Ishwara. The banana was given by Ishwara, coconut is given by Ishwara, the cloth you are going to offer is given by Ishwara, the hands are given by Ishwara, the plate is given by Ishwara, the temple is given by Ishwara, the pujari uncle is given by Ishwara. What is yours? But we feel proud. For what? To show and bring it back and eat, we feel happy. We show, that's all. In some temple, half coconut will be kept by that pujari uncle. Some fellows will fight for that half coconut also and take back, you know. And they call it devotion. That is not the devotion. The actual devotion begins only when you ask the question, what can I do, my dear, to you? Bhagavan will tell, I don't need anything. Then still we can ask the question, what can I do to you, my dear? Maybe you don't need anything, but your other children need something. Those who are in ignorance, considering themselves as physical entities, because of that consideration, asking for so many materials in the world, they may need, whether they are ignorant or intelligent, they happen to be unfortunately or fortunately your children. So, instead of giving to you, I will go and ask them what is their requirement and I will serve them. Sivajnane Jiva Seva. This is the entry point of a monastic life in Ramakrishna Mission movement. Understood now? High pedestal. Like military joining. That's why many people cannot afford to live this life. There is no idea of what you are going to give to me. There is no idea of asking Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, I am devoted to you, whole life I am going to serve you, what you are going to give to me? There is no question at all. Oh Bhagavan, what can I give to you? When Bhagavan says, I don't need anything, I am a Purnaha already. Okay, very good, you are Purnaha only, but still you have children who finds themselves, who considers themselves, who has the delusion that they are Apurna. So I will try to fulfill them. Purna kamosmi anyasya purti vidhanartham yedishye. This is one of the brahmacharya mantra given during the brahmacharya ceremony. Purna kamosmi aham purna kamaha. So there is no prayer for me to receive from the Lord. Still, I will not live a life of laziness. I will not live a life of vagabond. Anyasya purti vidhanartham yetishye. They are also yetishye only. Because he knows that it cannot be perfectly done. Yesterday I told you na, Bhagavati Bhiksham Dehi. First time asking time, some food you give. Then again second time when he asks Bhagavati Bhiksham Dehi, within that few moments his mind is changed for food, some food to masala dosa food. So as even I go for service, serving the needy, varieties of needs, not only physical needs. People have varieties of poverty. Physical poverty, cultural poverty, intellectual poverty, emotional poverty. So many types of poverties are there. According to their level, this poverty is tried to be fulfilled. They are also yetishya only. So, living for the sake of God is the third level of benefit. Okay, what I am going to get by that? This question itself will not come. And after the end of this question only, the life living for the sake of God will begin. You ask Lakshmana Swami, Are whole life you served your Rama. Ultimately, you got bad name only. You are exiled and you have to suicide. What you got? You ask Lakshmana Swami. Poor Lakshmana Swami suicide, you know. He entered the Sarayu river because he was exiled from Rama Sannidhana. He could not bear the separation from Rama and there is no utility for his life because Rama told, I don't need your service. So once there is no need for my service to the Lord, there is no need for my existence. So he entered the Sarayu river and whole life he did not have his personal life at all. Naam ke vaste marriage. That mother Urmila married him for naam ke vaste. Before marriage also, he was with Rama. After marriage also, he was with Rama only. If you ask Lakshmana Maharaj, why you lived this type of waste life? For many people, it is a waste life, you know. Are you should live for yourself or for your family members. Why you live for God or someone else or brother? When Rama lived, Rama was not recognized as divine by his own citizens. That is why they could have that audacity of asking proof for the purity of Mother Sita. What an audacity! Only when you consider Mother Sita as a human being, you can ask the question whether you are pure or not. So, it is a very clear case that these Ayodhya Vasis are idiots. They did not recognize the divinity of Mother Sita or Rama. But Lakshmana knew that. So if they ask Lakshmana, Are, why you are leaving for your brother and your sister-in-law? Why you are leaving? What Lakshmana would have told? What he will tell? Please tell. What he will tell? I love to live for him. That's all he can say. Yes, there is no reason for that. There is no reason for living for the Lord. Because all reasoning, logic stops before that. Then only this personality is born. A personality which is offered completely and which is maintained only for the service of the Lord. Lakshmana would have taken food. If you ask Lakshmana, why you take food? To serve Rama. You could have exercised. Why you are exercising? To fight with the enemies of Rama. Anything you will connect with Rama service, Rama Seva. Anything. You have to imagine the grandness of that life. Living for the sake of God. Very, very difficult, not available for all. It is for very, very rare people. And those blessed souls enjoy the life entirely. What is the benefit here? The benefit of absence of burden called I exist separately. That is the big burden, you know. As long as you understand that you exist separately, maintenance of yourself belongs to you. Your responsibility, you have to maintain. You have to feed this body. You have to feed your ego. And in that feeding, there will be deficiency. Naturally, there will be dissatisfaction, complaining. All samsara begins. Here, that burden is not at all there. Till date, people blame Lakshmana that he has taken Mother Sita to forest without telling what Rama's intention was. Till date, they blame. In Tamil Nadu, these Nastika Pattimandras will be there, debates by Nastikas. So they will tell what Lakshmana did is wrong thing. Just because brother told, why should he do this? Who is he to do this? Like that they will debate and fight. Idiots. Because according to Lakshmana, Rama was not brother. Rama was Bhagavan. Rama was Bhagavan. If Rama's form is taken into consideration, Rama's form is brother form. But Lakshmana's idea about Rama is what? He is not my brother. That means what? Lakshmana doesn't see Rama's form at all. Lakshmana sees Rama, the divine, in that form. Understood? Asmin Haridra Bimbe Mahaganapatim Avahayam. We don't see Haridra Bimba, turmeric paste. What we see in that paste? Mahaganapati. You understand now? The form becomes an altar. If one form become an altar, why can't all forms can be altar? If one form can be an altar, why can't all forms? How can you say all forms are the altars? Because Idagam Sarvam Ishwara. We have only one statement as the answer for every question. What is that statement? Idagam Sarvam Ishwara. Why should I love Lord? Because you need a person to protect you. First level of answer. Then second level of answer is what? Why should I love Lord? The second level of answer is you need someone to relate constantly as your life companion. No human form can serve that. Then again you ask, why should I live for the sake of Lord? Why should I transact with the Lord? Then what is the answer? The burden of carrying your personality is dropped off. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, it is like a eaten plantain leaf. Plantain leaf, eaten by somebody. Eaten by, not leaf is not eaten. Food is eaten, keeping that plantain leaf. So after that, what is its condition? Wherever wind takes that leaf, it goes. Similarly, this devotee doesn't bother about his existence. Therefore, he doesn't have problem of samsara. What is samsara? Aham yesham mama yete. I belong to them, they belong to me. This idea is there now. Completely dropped off. Then whom you belong? Mere to giridhar gopal. Again the same song with another meaning. First meaning is what? I belong to Bhagavan. Second meaning is what? I live for Bhagavan. Understood? First meaning is I belong to Bhagavan. Second meaning is I live for Bhagavan. Mere to giridhar gopal dusra koi. Other than me, who is there to help him? Who is there to serve him? So let me go and serve. This is the idea. Like a mother takes care of the child with the idea, other than me, who is there to take care of the child, poor child? So there Bhagavan drops off all his powers. He becomes incapable person to handle. Therefore, this devotee makes that Bhagavan to get up from the sleep, and he gives brushing and keeps water. Everything is time to time is served. What is the attitude of devotee? அவருக்கு ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாதுங்க. He cannot take care of himself. Same thing happened in the life of Vishwamitra ji. When Vishwamitra ji approaches Rama, at the beginning what he says, I am in trouble, please come to protect me. Correct? I am doing yaga yajna, so many Rakshasas are troubling, therefore you come. Directly he did not ask Rama to come. He asked Dasharatha to send Rama. When he asked Dasharatha, please send Rama, what was his intention? I am in trouble. I need a protector. So Rama should come in my life. Correct? Then as even Rama is given to him, what happened? After one day walk, when Rama feels tired, Vishwamitra says, my dear, you are tired. You don't have food also, nor I have food, but I have a mantra. I will give that mantra which will satisfy your hunger. Bala Adipala mantra he gives there. In that giving, Bala Adibala, what is the intention? That you are weak, I am strong, I have a solution for your weakness, therefore I give the solution for your weakness. The receiver has become now giver within one day because of intimacy of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan was called, he was at distance. When Bhagavan is offered to Vishwamitra, when Bhagavan walked with Ishwara, that much only. The very presence of the Lord makes the devotee as what? As a giver. He transformed himself within one day as a giver. And up to the end, he remains as a giver. First day he gave this mantra, Bala Adi Bala. Then second day, he gave all the Astra and Shastras, all the weapons which belong to him, which he earned by his tapasya, freely he gives. Freely he gives. To achieve one Pashupada Astra, Arjuna had to sit in meditation 5 years. Like that, one Astra requires lot of tapasya, lot of effort. Effortlessly, he gives to Bhagavan. Why? Because there is a knowledge. This object of my worship is everything for me. I will start serving that object of worship. It has some drama. For the fulfillment of that drama, I will be the companion, giving companion. So second day he offered all the astras and shastras. Then third day, Maricha Vada, Tataka Vada happened. Okay. Then fourth day, he takes Bhagavan to Mithila Desha. Then he offers life partner to Bhagavan. ரொம்ப நாளா பிரிஞ்சிருந்தீங்கப்பா. Because of your internal quarrel, mother quarreled with Vishnu and disappeared, you know. So now I am here to unite you both. Meticulously he does. Meticulously he plans. The timing, the place, everything he plans. And first class gift was given. What was the gift? Life partner. For whom? For Bhagavan. The conversion. In this conversion alone, a devotee becomes saintly person. You understand now what is the meaning of saint? In Hindu Dharma, in Sanatana Dharma, sainthood is not given by others. Like in Catholic Church, they will persecute a person as long as he lived, because he is the challenger for the top seat pope. Having persecuted him, after his death, after 20 years or 30 years, they will declare that he is saint. Sainthood is offered. What was the scale for that sainthood? Miraculous powers. Here in Sanatana Dharma, what is the scale for sainthood? Absence of selfishness. Even with God, I will not ask anything. Even from God, I will not ask anything. If at all I am transacting with the God, I transact to give something to Him, not to receive from Him. If at all I transact with the Vishwam, another form of the Lord, I transact to give the service to the Vishwam. This is the meaning of Shivajnani Jiva Seva. So he is converting himself as a saintly person. Emotional personality without selfishness. Emotional personality with Viveka and Vairagyam. Emotional personality with Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi. Emotional personality with Mumukshutvam. Understood? So, finding infallible entity is the first benefit. Relating and transacting with the Lord, living with the Lord is the second benefit. Living for the sake of God is the third benefit. In each benefit, my burden of taking care of this body and mind is slowly dropped off. Understood? One by one it is dropping off. For first level, who is the example? Who is the example? For first level, Mother Draupadi. She could find an infallible entity in her life, and she has decided, this is the person who can never desert me. Therefore, only when she was in need, he prayed. He called him. And she received protection. Second level, living with God, Pandavas. and their living relationship is for getting something from the God. Vibhishana, he has come to live with the God. Leaving his physical relations, he has come with the intention of living with the God. Why you want to live with the God? What is the answer? For my protection and for the protection of my people. So there also selfishness exists. Then as even the relationship deepens, slowly Vibhishana finds, Are, everything belongs to him. He is not a Dasharatha Putraha. He is not Dasharatiki. He is not Ayodhya's prince. He is Bhagavan himself. Vibhishana understands. Then his attitude changes. Because Pattabhishekam is done. Then he starts asking, what can I do for your service? What can I do? Lakshmana asked, what can I do? Whole life, Lakshmana had only one question, what can I do? Huh? When Rama was cheated, according to Lakshmana, Rama was cheated by Mother Kaikeyi. On that day of exilement, first day, he was crying, telling that, what can I do? This man is so innocent, they have cheated him. When I wanted to ask justice, this man obstructed me not to fight for justice. What can I do? These are all meditation. The more and more you dwell in the Shastram, your personality becomes less burdened. That is the benefit of Shastra Vichara. A big bladder of bloated bluff is there, na? That will be little pop off, it will pop off. That is the meaning of Shastra Vicharam. Ultimately, transformation happens in our mind, not in Shastra, not even in Bhagavan, not even in the society. Society remains as it is. Same selfish, arrogant, idiotic, argumentative, harming society only. Bhagavan, same Purnaha, Shantaha, Triptaha. But transformation happens in me. Shastram also same. Satyameva Jayate. Idagam Sarvam Ishwara. Same thing only will be told repeatedly. So, where the transformation happens? In our mind. Then the final transformation will happen living as God. Because the personality, the individuality, physical, emotional, intellectual is going to be dropped gradually. Through devotion, he is able to drop off his physical personality and sensory personality. That is the sign of devotion. As long as a person is sensualist, he cannot claim that he is a bhakta of the Lord. Please understand. These prasada bhaktas, they are called prasada bhaktas. Coming to temple for prasada's sake. Either in the form of boon, or in the form of contract, or in the form of puliyodharai, laddu and anything. What I will get. So, the idea of physical and sensory personality is dropped off once a person is born as a devotee. And in that devotion also there is a selfishness of protecting one's own emotional personality, seeking for peace of mind, seeking for happiness, seeking for cheerfulness. For that sake only I relate with the Lord. For my feeling of being secured, I am relating with the Lord. Like Vibhishana at the beginning stage, like Pandavas. Then what happens? By mere presence of the Lord, the devotee understands. Because transaction means there will be talk, lot of talks will be there, 90% is our talk, 10% is Bhagavan talk. When Bhagavan talks, what he talks? Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibuhu ajnanena vrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. For all complaints, Bhagavan will give one reply. You analyze that reply and meditate on that reply, you will come to know nothing belongs to me, so that I have to protect. Everything belongs to him. Therefore, I surrender. Surrender what? Surrender my idea that so far I consider something belongs to me. And after surrendering, I repeat the question, what can I do for you, my dear? Initially also I told the same question with the intention of getting back. Laksharchana pannattuma, Koti Archana pannattuma, devotee asks, shall I do Laksharchana? Shall I sponsor Koti Archana? What? For what? Punya will come. By that my business will increase. Shall I offer Kirita? One fellow asked in Karnataka. And he offered also. And he published it. Bhagavan got angry. Arey, you brought this Kirita because of corrupt practice, business practice. That you have hidden. But this giving you have published. So I will publish that also. He published and got. Now he is in jail. Karnataka Reddy brothers. So that, what can I do was asked initially also, but there is an intention of getting back more. But when Lakshmana asks, what can I do? There is no intention to get anything. Why? Because he understood nothing I need to carry on my head. Because nothing belongs to me. And in fact, nothing exists also. The body doesn't exist as a separate individual. His mind also cannot exist as a separate entity. So, I need not protect myself. If at all there is a duty for me, I have to protect my Lord. Lord has become incapable person, you see. They will wake him up, they will give bread to him, they will give water, they will supply food, and food also, they will give achaman. Achaman him was what you know, argyam, after giving argyam, they will give achaman him. After food, he should not walk and wash his mouth. There itself he has to wash. The 5-star hotel, they give cup to on tub to wash your hands. Because you are treated like a prince. Like that Bhagavan is treated as a prince, as a child. So the giver gives freely without any expectation. If at all he has expectation, means what? What expectation? This, the balance individuality is there, na? That also should go away, Bhagavan. Mararim Marami. I meditate on that Lord who destroys the meditators. Understood? So, living with God is deepened as living for the sake of God. Then slowly, through Atma Jnanam, he begins to live as God. That will come only after the understanding of Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. As far as this teaching, that Idagam Sarvam is equal to Ishwara, what is the benefit? Understanding of this teaching, what is the benefit? That you drop off your big bloated bladder of bluff called this physical, emotional individuality. So with this, the benefit of knowing Ishwara is equal to everything is over. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. तदेव रम्यं रुचिरं नवं नवं तदेव शश्वन् मनसो महोत्सवम् तदेव शोकार्णवं शोचनं नृणां यदुत्तमश्लोकयशोऽनुगीयते गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्दा गोविन्द.
எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் இச்சாரூபி தாராணியே உந்தன் காரியம் நீயே செய்தால் தானே செய்தான் என்பான் மூடன். எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் இச்சாரூபி தாராணியே உந்தன் காரியம் நீயே செய்தால் தானே செய்தான் என்பான் மூடன். எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் சேற்றில் யானை வீழச் செய்வாய் குன்றை மூடவன் தாண்ட செய்வாய். சேற்றில் யானை வீழச் செய்வாய் குன்றை மூடவன் தாண்ட செய்வாய். பிரம்ம பதத்தை அருள்பவளே மாயையாலே மயக்குபவளே. பிரம்ம பதத்தை அருள்பவளே மாயையாலே மயக்குபவளே. எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் இச்சாரூபி தாராணியே உந்தன் காரியம் நீயே செய்தால் தானே செய்தால் என்பான் மூடன். எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் என் வீரம் நான் இயக்குகின்றாய் என்ற நூடலே உந்தன் இல்லம். என் வீரம் நான் இயக்குகின்றாய் என்ற நூடலே உந்தன் இல்லம். ரதம் நானே சாரதியே ஓடுகின்றேன் ஓட்டியவாறே. ரதம் நானே சாரதியே ஓடுகின்றேன் ஓட்டியவாறே. எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் இச்சாரூபி தாராணியே உந்தன் காரியம் நீயே செய்தால் தானே செய்தான் என்பான் மூடன். எல்லாம் உந்தன் நிச்சயம் चकली तुम्हारी इच्छा मोई तारा तुमी तुम्हार कर्म तुमी करो मालो के भोले कोरियामी. चकली तुम्हारी इच्छा पंगे वध कर करी पंगुरे लंगावो गिरी. पंगे वध कर करी पंगुरे लंगावो गिरी. कोरे गामा ब्रह्म पद कोरे ओरो आधोगाम. कोरे गामा ब्रह्म पद कोरे ओरो आधोगामी. वन्दे